Hello everyone, Chepundis, Cheputalsu Dukadu guys. So I mean to say hello everyone. Hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. If I'm audible and visible, do write it in the comment section. So today is 13th November 2025. Oh my god, my head is spinning. God knows what has happened to me, guys. So my name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and this is my Telegram channel. I'll be uploading this into analysis PDF by 9:30 a.m. on this particular Telegram channel. ठीक है? So yes sir, hope I'm audible, hope you can hear me, hope you can see me and everything is fine and crystal clear. Good morning Gajanan. So Shubham Sagar, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. So I can hear myself. Good morning, Harshini. So let's start. Yesterday I gave you people, I think, two questions. First was this MTCO2E, and we were talking about India absolute increase in GHG. We are at the highest, or the increase in GHG we are highest. But when we talk about absolute numbers, we are third highest. And this is about GHG emissions, greenhouse gas emissions, and the data which we have currently. In that regard, we have talked about this particular term, NTCO2E. You can have a look at previous 10. Harshini has given the answer. The answer is C. Million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. We have talked about how one CH4, like 1 ton of CH4 emission, how it is equal to 28 ton of CO2 equivalent, because CH4 is a more potent GHG, greenhouse gas. So million tons of CO2 equivalent, a measure combining all greenhouse gases based on their warming potential. C is the answer as stated by Harshini and Rishi. Very good. MCQ 11, the term anthropocentric. Yesterday again we have talked about in the last article when we were talking about great bustard, critically endangered and all. So we talked about two particular model, anthropocentric and ecocentric, if I'm not wrong. And there was another term. One was human centered, other was it's not always about human per se. You have to look into the whole, the nature as a whole, rather than what benefits it is bringing to us humans. Good morning, Rishi. Good morning. Good morning, Iltush. So Harshini has given the answer. The view that humans are the central and the most significant entities in the universe. That is the basic rationale of anthropocentric approach, which we are adopting even when it comes to conservation of a great Indian bustard and the florican thing. Very good. So again, let's move on. So again, revise yesterday's Indo analysis, guys, if you haven't. These are important question. Environment anyway is very important because CSE and IAS and IFS, they have the same pre. So let's come back to the present. First article written by D. Subba Rao sir. Very important because he is former RBI governor. Very, very important. So again, page 8, GS2, and again, you can even include some aspects related to GS3, but more so from GS2 perspective. And here, there is a particular concept which is known as competitive federalism, which is in picture here. And again, there will be so many different keywords. Many of you may already know this term. So Harshini, Gajanan, Iltush, Rishi, all of you have given the answer. So there is one particular thing which is known as China plus one strategy. What is China plus one strategy, guys? Maybe we have discussed it in previous Hindu analysis, maybe we have not. So there will be different terms which will be coming here. License, permit, quota Raj, which happened before 1951 and 1991 rather, and what happened after 1991. So earlier there was a permit system. Now there is a persuasive system. So there are again awesome keywords which you can use in your mains answer. So what is D. Subbarao sir saying? D. Subbarao sir is saying, and this is actually a very positive article. Generally, when you talk about different articles, sometimes there are so many negative things, negative news. But all in all, this is a very good article. So Google, they will have, or they will set up their AI data center largest in Andhra Pradesh. So Chandrababu Naidu sir is very happy. Now it has led to a race in the southern state. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, everyone is not so happy, that not in a bad way. It's like, why Andhra Pradesh is getting this AI data center of Google? Why not Tamil Nadu and Karnataka? As sometimes some girl will who likes you, she may feel like, what is there in her which is not in me? If you have a girlfriend, if she likes you a lot. So same thing, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are thinking in the perspective of Andhra Pradesh. What is there in Andhra Pradesh which is not in us? Why Google did not establish their largest AI data center in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka? And that is leading to something known as competitive federalism. So there are two terms which you hear a lot: competitive federalism and cooperative federalism. Cooperative federalism, states coming together, working for a different common cause, etc. And then you have something like competitive federalism. Here, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, everybody is a little bit sad. Why? Largest AI data center in Andhra Pradesh and not in these two states. Tamil Nadu leaders are blaming their government. Karnataka is hinting that more subsidies were offered by Andhra Pradesh. Again, this is not bad. These kind of competition is actually needed. But what we have to also keep in mind that this does not become a race towards bottom. Again, there'll be keywords, guys. We have to understand this. What is race towards bottom? So we want, like, Andhra Pradesh wants, Tamil Nadu wants, Gujarat wants, Maharashtra wants that these big companies, they come to India and they invest in India in their particular state. And whenever these states, like companies, they're coming, they're not looking at India as a whole. D. Subbarao sir is saying that they are looking at particular pockets. Let's say Bangalore, let's say Hyderabad. They're looking at these pockets. So again, race towards bottom means don't give them too much subsidy, some amount of subsidy, tax benefit is needed, but it should not, this competitive federalism should not go towards or become a race towards bottom. That is one point. There are so many other good points which has been stated in this article. Beyond politics, this show healthy interstate competition, which is actually needed, because when these states compete with themselves, India as a whole develops. So chief ministers now approach corporate boardrooms. Earlier, before 1991, when there was a license quota Raj, and before LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, globalization reforms, all these things, when companies used to come, they have to talk to PM, Prime Minister, central government, they had a bigger role. It was all very centralized. Now it has become somewhat decentralized, which is actually good. And it marks a shift towards competitive federalism. Again, a good thing. But as always, when you're reading from UPSC perspective, there'll be good things as well as there'll be bad things. So you have to understand it from both perspective. Cool. So pre 1991, what used to happen? Centralized patronage driven economy. Before LPG reforms, New Delhi controlled industrial decision, and there was a license, permit, and quota Raj license. Let's say Google want to come to India. Google was not there. Let's take any other company. If they want to come, they want to expand, they have to take a license, quota, how much they can import, how much they can export. There was a particular quota, how much they can produce. All these things were there earlier, which was very centralized. And now, after 1991 LPG reforms, liquefied petroleum gas reforms, no, it is not liquefied petroleum gas. It is liberalization, privatization, and globalization reforms. So now industrial licensing, etc., has been dismantled. Power has shifted to the states. Now these companies, when they're looking at India, they are not looking at India as a whole. They're looking at different pockets, and these pockets in turn leads to something known as competitive federalism. Again, it's a good thing, because when these pockets develop, India develop as a whole. So keep these particular points in mind. Rise of competitive federalism in recent decade, and states attract investors through policy predictability. What these companies want, let's say Google, Amazon, they want a stable policy. Even if TDP is there, let's say in Andhra Pradesh, after TDP somebody else comes, so there should be a stability in policies. Let's say BJP is here, BJP, after BJP, let's say Congress comes, AAP comes, there should be a stability in policies, faster clearances, skilled labor, and good governance. So again, these things are needed. And you can see a competition is going on. Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka fighting for Google, Micron. Micron is a semiconductor company, a very big semiconductor company of US. Maharashtra and Gujarat, they are fighting for Vedanta, Foxconn, semiconductor project Gujarat won. These kind of fightings is actually good for Indian economy. That's what this article is saying. And now lessons from other federation. It is not only confined to India. These kind of competitive federalism, example, in US, 200 cities are fighting for Amazon second headquarter. Australia, Canada, there also states are fighting for different, attributes, which is actually good. All these things will lead to innovation, efficiency, and reform. More such examples should be, and the pocket should increase. It should not only be confined to Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana. D. Subbarao sir is saying even states like UP, they have an untapped market. So every state has something very unique to offer. It's just that we have to expand this model of competitive federalism, not in a negative way, but in a positive way. So D. Subbarao sir is not only confining himself to southern states here. When you will look at the example, see, Andhra Pradesh, ease of doing business. This is one of the good thing about, Chandrababu Naidu sir. There has been allegations of corruption, this and that, but this has been a good forte, and he's one of the earliest guys who brought IT sector in India. You have to give credit to him. As Chandrababu Naidu again. I'm not a big supporter this and that. I'm just telling you from neutral perspective. Tamil Nadu, they have a skilled workforce. Gujarat has infrastructure, coastline they have. Punjab, I was in Punjab, entrepreneurship. You know, generally what happens, people from Bihar and UP, government job, government job, government job. But in Punjab, in Delhi, you will see this thing, that more and more people, they want to go into this entrepreneur, what do I call it? Hope you're understanding. Jharkhand has mineral base. What does UP has? आओ कभी हमरा यूपी में न हमरा बिहार में. Okay, so large untapped market, it's so big. So again, all these states, they can compete among themselves. They have their own unique leverage which they can take advantage of. But yes, they have to sell themselves. It's all about selling yourself, and that's what D Subbarao sir is saying. So risk of competition, as we have discussed, always there has to be some demerit. What is one demerit? This one, race to the bottom. Maybe UP, they want to incentivize that Google, you come to our state, and there is no bulldozer justice, nothing like that. So in that regard, if you want to bring these companies, don't it should not become a race to the bottom, as we have discussed. Subsidies, tax benefits, oh my god, land giveaways, these are all needed, but up to a certain point. States should compete via competence and credibility, not restless concession. That's what we have to keep in mind. Okay, so again, healthy rivalry, blah blah blah, single window clearance, all these things have happened, which is actually good. And because this is also happening at a time when China plus one strategy is being implemented. Nobody told me what is China plus one strategy, guys. So China plus one strategy is what? Different countries, USA, etc. Different Apple, let's say. Apple initially used to make most of their products in China. But now, because of US-China tariff policy, what happened during COVID times, none of these companies wants to become too dependent on China. Not very good. Becoming too dependent on anyone is not very good. So it's not like they want to dismantle whatever they have in China. China will be their hub. And this is happening in India also. Right now, there were certain Godi media channels, you may have heard about them. They were like so many manufacturing, Samsung, etc. They're coming here, manufacturing this and that. The actual reality is, when it comes to manufacturing phones, etc. in India, maximum thing is already done. 90% thing is done in China. Less than 5-6% things are done in India, and that too is only assembling. So China plus one strategy, maybe when we will prove ourselves, and there will be a time when something more than assembling will be done in our country. So this is China plus one strategy. Companies, they are looking for alternative option. China is one option, but they have to diversify their option. Too much dependence is bad, and in that regard, India can become a good option. And that's why this particular competitive federalism model is actually good. It's actually good, and it will uh, we complement China plus one strategy. Cool, 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 cool. So have a look at these points. And then now and these are the keywords, guys. Good morning, Jiva. And these are the keywords which you have to use. India is evolving from permission-based to persuasion-based economy. Before 1991, when license Raj was there and the quota system was there, it was all permission-based system, license quota Raj. As there was a movie in our time, Gangs of Wasseypur, permission leni chahiye thi. What was the name of that girl? Huma Qureshi. She used to say before 1991. But after 1991, LPG reforms, persuasion-based economy has developed. And this competitive federalism is an example of that particular model, where we are trying to persuade companies. States are not trying to persuade central government. They are persuading CEOs and investors. And this Google AI data center, which will be there in Andhra Pradesh, that is one example of such persuasion-based economy. So India is changing, and this is one such example. This is actually a very good line, guys. You can use it in your main SANS. Note it down somewhere. Cool. So broader impact. Each state wins. When the competitive federalism happens in the right spirit, and it does not become a race to the bottom, everyone wins. Ultimately, every state that wins for India. That's what D. Subbarao sir is saying. Very good article. Now let's solve some means and pre-based questions. So this question, explain the transformation of India's economy from a permission-based to a persuasion-based model and its significance for federal governance. Let's say this particular question comes and UPSC asks you this question. So here you can talk about transformation, permission-based model before 1991. What used to happen, license quota Raj, when you're expanding, industries have to take permission, how much they can produce, how much they can import and export, everything was permission based, license quota based. After 1991, what happened? LPG reforms, liberalization happened. Now it's all persuasion based. From centralized model, we have gone to decentralized model, which is actually a good thing for our federal autonomy. It's a good thing. We keep on talking about how states' power have been curbed to a certain extent by implementation of GST. Everything is leading to centralization. In that regard, this particular article is, appearing as a ray of hope for federalism in India, how we are changing from permission based to persuasion based, and it should continue. Decentralized model of governance should continue. And what is the significance for federal governance? This is actually good. It will lead to competitive federalism. And when these packets are developing, let's say Bangalore, let's say Gujarat, and different regions, in a nutshell, you can say India is developing as a whole. Although these packets should expand, and every state has their own unique attributes which they have to leverage for their own advantage, if you want to talk about promoting competitive federalism in true spirit, and it should not become a race to the bottom. So all these things you have to talk about when you're talking about this particular question. Good question will give you a lot of clarity on how Indian economy work. In fact, this is GS2 and this is also GS3 topics related to Indian economy you have. So here again in intro part you can talk about how we have come a long way from the permission based era, license permit quota Raj, to what happened in after 1991 due to Manmohan Singh sir and LPG reforms. We are very, very indebted. Manmohan Singh sir always used to say, history will always remember me in kind, and indeed it is history. Oh my God. Indeed, history will remember him in kind. He was awesome. Okay. And you realize these things once a person is gone, you realize their value. Persuasion based economy. Currently, what is happening? States are competing through ease of doing business, blah blah blah. You can read this thing. We have discussed this thing, and then you can talk about. There's another argument here. There's another point here. Significance for federal governance. How it is promoting competitive federalism. How it is leading to development of packets. And then we have talked about even UP is awesome. They have an untapped market which they can use to promote the concept of competitive federalism. All these things you can talk about here in this particular question. Awesome question from GS2 federalism, GS3 issues related to Indian economy. Awesome article, guys. D Subbarao sir is awesome. Let's solve some questions now. MCQ1. So now China plus one strategy refers to what? What do you understand by China plus one strategy? A Chinese economic policy to expand its domestic production, India's initiative. These companies understand by. So, Harshini, Mad King, Iltush, Any, Rishi, Jiva, and all of you have given the answer. A diversification, oh my god, a diversification strategy by global companies to reduce over dependence on China. Very good, Harshini, Mad King, Iltush, Any, Rishi, Jiva, and really, really, really good. MCQ2, the phrase from a permission leni chahiye thi, to a persuasion based economy signifies what? What is the basic meaning of this particular phase? Transition from permission based to persuasion based economy. So Harshini, Matt King, Iltush, Any, Rishi, Jiva, and all of you have given the answer. Really, really, really good. Who are good boys and girls? You people are good boys and girls. So Harshini, Mad King, Iltush, you people have given the answer. Transition from central control to decentralized competition among states. Touchwood, yeah. Nazar, in our time, there used to be a movie. You people were not born at that time. The movie's name was Three. There was a song, Nazar na lag jaye janu. That means, hopefully, no, the central government is not watching this article. I'm saying it is decentralized. Maybe they will do something promoting centralization. So, touchwood, it remains this way. Fingers crossed. MCQ3. Which of the following were features of license permit quota Raj before 1991? According to D. Subba Rao sir, according to this article, use option elimination. This is a tricky question. Really good. So use option elimination and try to arrive at an answer. So Harshini, Mad King, Iltush, Gajanan, Jivayan, Any, Vikash, Rishi, all of you have given the answer. People are so good. So what can be the features of license permit quota Raj, the permission based economy which we were telling and which D. Subbarao sir is talking about? I'm drinking so many ORS these days, guys. So Harshini, Mad King, Iltush, Rishi, Any, Jivayan, Any such a good girl, and Vikas, they have given the answer. So we know free competition in private sector autonomy can never be in license, permit, and quota raj. So third is wrong. If third is wrong, eliminate B, C, D. You are getting the answer A, 1, 2, and 4 only. Very, very, very good. Next article, guys. Page number 1, GS3. This is a true GS3. Like the previous article was GS2 also, but yeah, here. Retail inflation hits record low of 0.25%. In the previous Hindu analysis, some of you were born at that time, some of you were not. We have talked about inflation, and there is a particular bracket of inflation which we need. People are like, oh my god, mehengai, oh my god, too much inflation. No, we need a certain amount of inflation. What is that bracket, guys, which has been framed by Monetary Policy Committee, how much inflation we need? And there we have discussed about these concepts. Why do we need a certain amount of inflation? There we have talked about different curves. What are these curves? Don't go anywhere else. Like uh, curves means like Phillips curve, relationship between inflation and unemployment. They have an inverse relationship. That means if inflation increases, unemployment decreases. And why that happens? When inflation increases, unemployment decreases. We have discussed this, I think. Please take care of your voice, sir. Please drink some cash. Jivan takes care of me so much. I like you so much, Jivan. Thank you. So again, inflation increases, unemployment decreases. We have discussed it almost 1 million times. What have we discussed? When inflation increases, Ambani, Adani, they will not themselves start making, what Jivan is saying, Kaisha, etc. They will need people to do them, to work for them. When inflation is increasing, prices of goods and services are increasing, these Ambani and Adanis, they are more incentivized to produce goods. When they are more incentivized to produce goods, what will happen? They will employ more people to produce those goods. And that's how unemployment decreases. That is Phillips curve. Oh my God. So that's why some amount of inflation is needed. And as Vikas is saying, Iltush is saying, Jivan is saying, you people are so good. We need 4 plus minus 2% bracket. That is what has been stated by Monetary Policy Committee. That means inflation should be in the range of 2 to 6%. And the retail inflation means the inflation which we common people are witnessing. Then there is something known as retail headline inflation. They're used synonymously. Then there is something known as core inflation. What happens in core inflation? You remove volatile products. So you take, you take all products except food and fuel. I'm writing behind my head or what? Except food and fuel. So in core inflation, so retail headline inflation, they are taking almost everything, and CPI is the measure of them. Core inflation, what happens? You remove food and fuel, and then you are taking basically the stable prices. It does not change much. So again, let's focus, guys. So what Phillips curve is telling you, you need certain amount of inflation. Let's see some other curves also, because let's face it, you people love curves. Oh my God. Let's not go there. So again, Lorentz curve, national income and population. They can ask you, and these curves are actually important, guys. National income and population, Lorentz curve establishes a relationship. So what does it mean? So let's say national income and population, if I make a straight line like this, so 50% population having 50% income. That's like, I will show you. They can ask you, Lorentz curve establishes relationship between what and what? Income and population. This is line of equality. If I draw a line here, 60%, and if I draw it properly, it will be going at 60. So 60% population having 60% income. But in reality, it's never the scenario. As we have discussed different Hindu analysis, currently 1% India's population having 42% income, etc. So they will be lying either below or above. And these are Lorentz curve, which is measured by Gini coefficient. So Gini coefficient is measuring this Lorentz curve, measuring inequality, 0 to 1. 0, perfect equality. Everybody is having equal income, be it Vikas, Iltush, Jivan, or other people. And 1 is meaning like Ambani is having all the money, Adani is having all the money. So obviously, neither you can have 0 in an economy, neither you can have 1 in an economy. It will be hovering between 0 to 1. So that is what Lorentz curve is talking about. Do remember the important part? Establishes relationship between what and what? Income and population. And if you see this curve, Lorentz curve, if I draw this line, if you see this, 40% income, 60% population having 40% income. So if you are on this like below or above the line of equality, you will be, in a way that shows inequality. If you're on line of equality, everybody's having equal income. That is actually awesome. But that's never happens. And again, I have also told you the cheat code. How will you remember these terms? That 0 is perfect equality, 1 is inequality. So 0 is circle. When you people were growing up, at that time you read maths. Very good. Maths, in maths you read about circle. In circle you read about radius. So what happens in basically in circle, from center to circumference, this radius is same. So zero, same radius. Via that you can understand equality. And then one is inequality. Again, whatever floats your boat, guys. So Lorentz curve. And then we have Kuznets curve, income per capita and income inequality. Remember these facts. High listen, learn English. So Kuznets curve establishes relationship between what? Income per capita and income equality, inequality. So like our honorable PM sir, he has come from Bhutan and we love him for it. So he was thinking about, starting bullet train from Ahmedabad and to Mumbai, etc. So bullet train, when this particular initiative will happen, so initially it will increase inequality. Why? Because the rich will become richer. Ambani, Adani, they will be getting benefited more. But then slowly and gradually, when bullet train will be built in that region, there will be many gupchup shop which will be opening there. Gupchup shop means who will be selling fochkas and everything. You people have not eaten it because you people are very healthy people. I have eaten gupchup and fochkas. So gupchup shops will be opening, the poor people will become little less poorer. So as economy develops, market forces first increases and then decreases economic inequality. That's what Kuznets curve talks about. So again, inequality in income per capita. So when the economy develops, initially inequality will increase, rich will become richer, but slowly the trickle down effect will come into picture. Trickle down effect means the impact, as you people must have read about when you were reading, education, history. So trickle down effect, Macaulay's theory, first of all, will make certain people educated, and these upper class or middle class or intelligentsia class, they will ensure that the lower strata is getting educated. Same way trickle down effect works. So rich will become richer, and then slowly and gradually the impact of richness will reach or percolate down to the poor. Trickle down effect, inequality will reduce. So Kuznets curve establishes relationship between inequality and income per capita. Really, very good, very good. Again, we have to go back to the article, guys. And Lafar curve. Lafar curve establishes relationship between tax revenue and tax rate. What is the basic rationale of tax revenue and tax rate? So again, greed is bad. That's what Lafargue says. Government will always want to increase tax revenue and they will always want to have more tax rate. But beyond a certain increase of tax rate, tax revenue will fall. So let's say my income tax is 20%, I will pay income tax, but it increases to 60%, 70%, then I will think of ways to go to tax haven, countries where I don't have to pay taxes. Maybe that's why people are going to Dubai and Monte Carlo, Monaco, etc., etc. So then what will happen? Government's tax revenue will reduce, even though they have increased the tax rate. So that is Lafar curve. Remember these curves, guys. Anyway, you love the curves. Katrina curve. Okay, let's focus, guys. Let's come back to what we were reading. So again, and we have also talked about inflation, deflation, reinflation, blah 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 blah. Blah. So again, I have told you all these things earlier. Have we, where are my regular guys? People, have we discussed these things earlier or not? Inflation, deflation, reinflation, chip and deflation, everything. Inflation, increase in prices. Deflation, decrease in prices. Then disinflation, increase in prices but at a lower rate. UPSC has already asked a PYQ on it. Solve those PYQs, chip and Ds. That means solve it fast. And inflation, disinflation, deflation. Inflation, today the price is rupees 100 of a particular product, let's say in 2025. If in 2026 the price becomes rupees 80, so this is not disinflation, this is deflation. If in 2026 the price becomes rupees 80, the price has reduced, this is deflation. But let's say in 2026 the price would have, or let's say in 2027, or let's take another example. Let's say in 2025 the price was rupees 100, let's say in 2026 the price was rupees 120, and let's say in 2027 the price is rupees 132. Pardon my handwriting, guys. So here the increase has happened from 26 to 27. You have disinflation. From 25 to 26, 20% increase was there. From 26 to 27, only 10% increase is there when we are taking 26 as the base year. Why we are talking about these things? Because there will be a base effect thing which we'll be talking about in the current article. So 27 increase is only 10% compared to 2026, because here the increase is 12, the base year will be 120 into 100. I'm teaching you maths right now. So 10%, this is disinflation. So from 25 to 26 you have 20% increase, from 26 to 27 you have 10% increase. This is an example of disinflation. And then we have talked about 1,000 times or almost million times. Reflation, act of increasing the prices of goods. Why? Because as we have discussed Phillips curve, some amount of inflation is needed to curb unemployment. So sometimes government intentionally brings inflation, that is reflation, to curb unemployment. Really good. Stagflation. So here the general law of economy fails. Here inflation will also increase, unemployment will also increase, and no country wants to be in a stagflation scenario because they will not know what to do. In Hindi we call it king kartavya vimud. We don't know what to do, what not to do. Oh my god, Chepandis. Okay. Stagflation, skewflation. Prices of some products are increasing, some products are decreasing. Jivayan, Harshini, Jivayan, Iltush, Annie, Rishi, all of you are saying, good, don't forget these stuff, guys. These are basic things which we should know. Really, really, really good. Let's come back. What we were discussing. My head is gone, my head is spinning. So retail inflation hits record low of 0.25%. This is not good. It should be at least in the bracket of 0, means 2 to 6%. And that's why we are worried, because it will bring more unemployment. What happened here? What did I do? My God, once I was a computer engineer. Now it doesn't look like that way. Okay, let's focus. So again, now many people are saying that, maybe we are over exaggerating this 0.25%. Maybe we shouldn't be worrying about it too much. Why? Because this is happening majorly. Economists are saying that this is not because of the GST rate cuts and all those things. This is happening majorly. Why? Because this whole, retail inflation is driven by vegetable and fruits and these prices, food prices. And last year the price was very high. So compared to last year, this year the increase has been low, because last year the price was very high. Favorable base effect comes into picture. As I have told you, let's say in 20, just we have discussed 2025, the price was rupees 100. If in 2026 the price is increasing to 120, so the inflation rate is 20%. But now since the price is already high, 120, and in 2027 it is 132, so the increase is only 10%. You may feel like inflation has declined. This is disinflation. But you also have to see that the base effect is also working here. Because in 2026, the price was already very high. And that's why the inflation rate has not increased that much. And this is the favorable base effect which we are talking about. Cool. So again, they are talking about all these terms. Keep it in mind. CPI, Consumer Price Index, retail inflation, etc. And then you have wholesale, which is published by MOSPI. Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Then you have WPI, Wholesale Price Index. Which particular ministry publishes it? If you know it, post it in the comment section. It is not MOSPI. So they are looking at prices of goods at wholesale level. Wholesale level means if you're buying Coca-Cola, etc., at wholesale, like buying in bulk, that is wholesale price, which is generally lower. So that is WPI. Earlier, when we were talking about inflation, RBI used to measure inflation in WPI terms. Now they measure inflation in CPI terms. So remember these facts and keep it in mind. They are actually important. It is gone. So again, economists believe that this decline is mainly statistical. Why? It's not because of actual fall in prices. It's because of last year the food price was already very high. The inflation was already very high. And that's why this year you're not seeing that much inflation, because the inflation has maybe peaked last year. So because of the base effect, you are seeing low inflation. So maybe we should not be worrying about it too much. And you should understand what is base effect and how does base effect works. Cool, sir. So again, you can have a look at this. Basically, you have to understand these terms. They are important. Government is saying GST cut, supply side improvement is leading to this fall in inflation. Economists are saying that, this is mainly because of the base rate and base effect, so to say. Let's solve some question, guys. MCQ 4 based on the previous article. Ministry of Commerce and Industry as stated by Iltush. Very good, Iltush. MCQ 4, what is the concept of competitive federalism? What does it imply? So again, we have talked about competitive federalism in the previous article. So what does the concept of competitive federalism implies? Internet is not working in my side. Am I fine, guys? I can see myself. Rishi has also given the answer. So, state compete to attract, compete for central funds. No, it is not the case. Subordinated, not the case. Directly controlled, not the case. The best option is B. State compete to attract investment and improve governance as stated by Gajanan, Rishi, Any, Intush, Mad King and Jivayan. Very good, yeah. MCQ 5, the core inflation is best described as what? What is core inflation? We were talking about retail inflation. This is also known as headline inflation, sometimes used synonymously. And then I have told you, if you subtract something from retail and headline inflation, you will get something known as core inflation, which is somewhat more stable compared to retail and headline inflation. So what is headline inflation, guys? Or what is core inflation here? So Iltush, Rishi, they have given the answer. Oh, fifth. Harshini, Mad King, Iltush, Rishi, Annie, all of you have given the answer. The inflation rate excluding food and fuel component, that is known as core inflation. Very good. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. Chepandis. And again, lifetime success bundle. If you want to be a part of any of these courses, you can send me a WhatsApp messages. Prices will increase from 1st December. So if you feel like any of these courses can help you in any way, because you yourself know, you know yourself better where you are lagging, whether it's history or mains answer writing, or you need annotated Hindu analysis PDF, etc., etc. So again, whether you need doubt sessions with me or not. So based on that, you can join any of these programs. And let me show you, as I was showing you some mains answer, let me show you some more mains answer. So this is an answer written on IT sector by a girl who I call Namaste Girl. She is doing PhD. Most of her relatives are civil servants, some in state PSCs, some in central PSCs, like, so again, she's from Odisha. I have talked about her in some of my shorts. She has written this particular mains answer on IT sector. If you people remember who are following my Hindu analysis, we talked about one editorial written by Shashi Tharoor related to Indian IT sector, how Indian IT sector is changing. It's from manpower to mind power, driven by AI, etc., severance pay, etc. So on that, she have written this article or this particular answer. And there was a mains question which we did. So see the way she has presented her answer and the way she has written it. And these are the things which I want. There are many people who send me answers. I keep on telling them, try to inculcate these things more in your answer. It makes your answer looks better. And again, it's not compulsory. The most important thing is to complete your answer, and that's why you have to write also how much time you're taking. So all in all, it's a good answer, and she has covered almost everything. And then I have given her feedback. The intro was good, the presentation is actually very good, and wherever I felt like there are some improvement needed, whenever you're giving some headings, guys, put it in these kind of rectangular brackets. When you're putting it in rectangular brackets, the answer, the headline appears separate from the body of the answer. Sometimes you also underline your sentences. If your heading is also underlined, the heading and these portions will not be getting differentiated, and differentiation is needed. And then you can talk about World Economic Forum, reskilling revolution, etc., etc. Manpower to mind power. 10 marker it was, and good answer it was overall. Cool. So right answers, what I am trying to tell you when I'm showing you these answers is, you have to write answers. You cannot think about getting a rank in UPSC CSE B 26, 27, 28 if you're not writing answers. So please write answer, guys, as much as possible. If I'm adding anything to your knowledge base, you can also donate. Let's come back to the next article of the day. Page number 14, GS3. Oh my god, my head. So GI tag fee cut 2000, very important article. There are so many keywords which are important from exam perspective. So when you people will grow up and you will prepare for UPSC, in GS3 Science and Tech, you will read about different terms like GI tag, then patents, then trademarks, copyright. We have talked about this, I think, 10 million times. GI tag, patent, trademark, copyright, and what else is left? GI tag, patent, trademark, copyright. Anything we have left, guys? So what is GI tag? It is unique to a particular region, right? Darjeeling tea, etc. Bengal, Rasagulla, Odisha's Rasagulla. Patent, trademark, copyright. Are we missing anything? So trademark is what? Trademark is unique to a particular company, Parle G. So here it is unique to a region, and here trademark is unique to a particular company, Parle-G, Britannia, etc. They have their own unique trademark. And then you have copyright. Copyright is what? Let's say A.R. Rahman. He's composing his music. So in our time, there was a song, Rosni Se Bhare. Shashi Tharoor is a great diplomat. He's my favorite diplomat after S. Shankar. Yeah. Very good, Yarishi. So copyrights, A.R. Rahman. And in our time, there was a movie, its name was Ashoka. रोशनी से भरे 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 नैना तेरे. That means your eyes are filled with light, and there your eyes are filled with light. Oh my god. So again, on these songs, on your composition, you get copyright. What is patent? Let's say Novartis. So Novartis, it's a drug making company. It makes pharmaceutical. It's a pharmaceutical giant, and they have their headquarter in, or they have their one particular body in Hyderabad. I was there in high tech city. So Novartis. So when they're making medicines, so in medicines, what they will do, they will make changes in API, active pharmaceutical ingredients, which is the raw material for these medicines. So they will get patent on that. So this GI tag, unique to a particular region, it is given for 10 years. And then it can be renewed indefinitely. And GI tag, it's a statutory, it has been given a statutory backing via GI Act of 1999, because WTO, they are looking after these things, GI, patent, trademark, copyright, etc. And because of WTO obligations, we were supposed to bring this GI Act of 1999, which was the first product, guys, which got this GI tag. Anybody knows this? Japanese. So now this GI tag fee has been cut to 1000 rupees. Many products have got GI tag recently. And now this is a good thing for you people. Why? Because many products, now you have to remember all these products. Wow. Who has already remembered it? Remember all these products ASAP. And don't write these abbreviation in your mains answer. ASAP, ASAP. So again, Kanadipaya, Bamboo Mat, Kerala, Apatani, and most of these, like these, when you're talking about these GI tags, it will come from the tribal region. And there are so many things merging with this particular incentive, means initiative which is going on. Janjatiya Gaurav Divas is going on. And in the same arena, this whole GI tag has also been given to different entities. Just give me a second, guys. So yes, sir. So Apatani tribe is there in Arunachal. I was there in Arunachal, awesome tribe. And then Marthandam Honey, Tamil Nadu. So you have to remember them. Lepcha, Tumbuk, Sikkim, Bodo, Arunai. Then there was something which got GI tag earlier, Ponchampalli Ikat. So these are the products which have got GI tag unique to their particular region. Bedu and Badri, cow ghee. Oh my God. So again, let's come back. What has happened and why this particular article is important from so many different perspectives. In fact, I could have even, and I should have even written here GS1, because it is associated with Janjatiya Gaurav Divas also, where we are celebrating 158th birth anniversary of Birsa Munda, who led Munda Rebellion, which is also known as Ulgulan or Great Tumult, which UPSC has already asked a PYQ on. Kashmir, saffron, oh my God, GYN, very good. So GI tag fee has been cut down to 1000 rupees, which is actually a good thing. And most of these GI tags, they come from the unique tribal region. So Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has reduce the GI tag application fee from 5,000 to 1,000, which is actually good. All these things were going on in Yash Bhumi Convention Center of Delhi. Conclave was organized by DPIIT. Now, DPIIT comes under which ministry? Write it in the comment section, Japanese. So now, tribal artisans, most of these GI tags come from the tribal region. Many of these is the right word. And so Jual Oram sir is there, tribal affair minister, and you may have seen him here. So again, and this is also coinciding with the Janjati Gaurav Divas, which they are celebrating. Janjati Gaurav was 150th birth anniversary of tribal icon Birsa Munda, Munda Rebellion, Ulgulan. Solve that UPSC PYQ. We have already solved it. Great tumult. So again, Oram sir is thanking Modi sir, because of whom everything is happening, because Modi hai to mumkin hai. Very good. Let's come back to what we were discussing. These are the products which have got GI tag, guys, and you have to remember them. And you have to look at the images and you have to remember them. There is no other way. Paste it on your wall. Look at it like you look at your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You have to remember them. I am very sorry. Let's solve some question. PYQ 6 UPSC 2018. India enacted Geographical Indication of Goods Registration and Protection Act in order to comply with obligations to show Darjeeling tea was the first product which got this GI tag, guys, not Kashmir saffron GYN. Now let's solve this question. What is the answer? India enacted the GI Act 1999 in order to comply with the obligations to what? I have told you when we were discussing it, I told you this particular thing. So Harshini has given the answer. Iltush has given the answer. WTO, World Trade Organization, because of their, they are setting these trade rules, etc. We have talked about domestic content requirement issue, etc. So GI tag, trademark, patents, they will be given for what period, etc., etc. They are the ones who are having global jurisdiction, so to say. Not exactly that thing, but yes, they are the ones who are in a way looking at how these things are carried out at global level. WTO, World Trade Organization. These are the answer as stated by Harshini Iltush, Jiva and Rishi. Very good. MCQ 7. Which of the following statement about GI in India is or are correct? Look at these options. This is a tough question because of the way options are framed. So don't worry if you're getting this question wrong, but at least try to solve this question. DPIIT under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Very good, Harshini. Harshini is a good girl. Who is a good girl? Harshini is a good girl. So now, what is the answer of this question? GI tax issued under Trademarks Act. First product to receive GI tag, Darjeeling tea. Registration is valid for 20 years and can be renewed once. I have just told you GI tags are issued under GI Act. They have their own separate act. Why will they need a Trademark Act? Chippandees. So first is wrong. If first is wrong, you will eliminate A and C option. You're left with B and D. 2 only, 2 and 3 only. So now third, it is valid for 10 years, guys. And it can be renewed indefinitely, like, any number of times. Howsoever number of times you want to renew it, renew it. So third is wrong. So that means the answer is, oh my god, B, 2 only. As stated by Harshini, then Rishi, then Jeevayan, then Iltush, then Gajanan. Very good. Next article, page number 14, GS3. India Botswana announced cheetah translocation pact. This is the third translocation which will be happening. Botswana, it's a country in Africa. So now this is in news. So let's go and let's have a look at Botswana. So this is Botswana, guys. I think we have already brought cheetah from Namibia, from South Africa. This is the third round of cheetahs which will be coming from Africa. Many cheetahs have died, but we are not giving up because we don't believe in giving up, and they're facing issues here. First branch or the first set of cheetahs which were arrived from Africa, they arrived in Kuno National Park. Guys, do you know where is Kuno National Park? In which particular state it lies? So again, this whole thing started in early 2020s, and it is carried out under NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority. This project cheetah, how much it has been successful, it has not been successful, I will not go there because I want to live and I want to live my means I love my life. But yes, if Modi ji has done it, then it must have been awesome. But according to international expert, it has not been awesome. Many cheetahs have died. They have not been able to, you know accommodate themselves in Indian environment. Then there are issues also. Cheetahs have the same prey, tigers have the same, like, they prey on the same animals. So again, there are certain issues which we have to look into consideration. But again, if Modi ji is doing it and Murmu ma'am is going there, and again they have again signed, again, it's fine, it's good, it's awesome. So India and Botswana, they have formally announced translocation of 8 cheetahs from Botswana to India. Do remember, where is Botswana? It is surrounded by which countries? What are the neighboring countries? Because now in places in news, Botswana comes into picture, guys. So Harshini has said Madhya Pradesh, Iltush has stated Madhya Pradesh. Really good. So Draupadi Murmu ma'am has gone to Botswana and she has thanked the people of Botswana, and she's like, India will take good care of the cheetahs like they have taken good care of the earlier cheetahs. And we always, commit to what we say. None of the cheetahs will die, guys. Everybody will be safe. Oh my god. So Botswana will formally hand over 8 cheetahs. God bless these cheetahs. Keep them in your prayers, guys. Oh my god. So these cheetahs, they have gone extinct in our country in 1950s. And yeah, now currently the global IUCN status of cheetah is vulnerable. But if India keeps on bringing these cheetahs to Africa, maybe sooner rather than later they will be critically endangered, all in all. But no, Modi sir is doing it, so he cannot do anything wrong. So event will take place at Mukuladi Nature Reserve in Botswana. From there, these 8 cheetahs will be coming back to India. Awesome. Five of the, again, you can read all these things. Part of Project Cheetah, announced in early 2020s. This is the third branch of Cheetah which are coming to India. Now your homework is, guys, how many cheetahs have died up until now? Find it and tell me in the comment section or WhatsApp or whatever. How many cheetahs have died up until now in this particular initiative? When we will stop this whole harakiri, or do you think it will yield result? Modi hai to mumkin hai. So again, India has effort to reintroduce and conserve cheetah. This is one of the, like, generally what happens. These are cats, right? Mostly cats, they roar. Cheetah does not roar, they do purr purr. You may feel like, sir, why are you saying this purr purr thing? UPSC 2024 PYQ has been asked on this purr purr thing. Solve this particular purr purr question on cheetahs, that they don't roar and all those stuff. Cool. So yes, let's solve some question. MCQ 8 based on previous article. Which of the following statement about Birsa Munda is or are correct? He led the Ulgulan movement against British colonial rule. He belonged to the Munda tribe of present-day Jharkhand. His birth anniversary is celebrated as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. We talked about Birsa Munda. I have told you all these points. If you're making mistake in this question, I will kill you all. And I will kill you all and I will eat you alive. Now, this is a dichotomy, guys. And these kind of questions they will ask you in interview. Yeah, sure. Kill you all and eat you alive. What is wrong here? If I have already killed you all, how can I eat you alive? This is not possible. Both things cannot happen at the same time, right? So, this is a dichotomy. There is a contradiction in my statement here. Guys, focus. So, yes, he led the Ulgulan. First is correct. He belonged to Munda tribe. Birsa Munda is his name. It's like Shubham Sagar. So his name ends with Sagar. Yes, it does. So second is also correct. His birth anniversary is celebrated as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. Yes, that is also correct. 150th year. He was born in 1875. I have told you all these statements. Answer is D, 1, 2, and 3. Guys, D is the answer. So please take care of your health. I know, Rishi. I don't want to be that cheetah. I want to live. So I will take care of my health. So the answer is D, guys, 1, 2, and 3. Why you people are following herd mentality? Why? All of you give A at the same time. Wow. Guys, are you understanding why D is the answer and not A is the answer? Third is wrong. Why third is wrong? You people have watched Surya's Gajni or what? So 150th birth anniversary of tribal icon Birsa Munda, Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, Gaurav Verse celebration. This is not the first time we are discussing this, guys. This is not expected from you people. You're all about to be 18 plus now, about to give UPSC. What is this? Chapatis. So are you understanding why D is the answer? How is first correct? He led the Ulgulan movement. Ulgulan is known as Munda rebellion is known as Ulgulan, guys. So that's how first is correct, Anu. Ulgulan and Munda rebellion, they are one and the same. I thought it was Janjati, Bharat Divas, Janjati, Gaurav Divas, everything is same only, Archini. I deleted because you kill us. Nah, so I did the answer. Very good. Hope you are understanding, Anu, how first is the answer. Janjati Gaurav Divas, Janjatiya Bharti Divas. No, it was not Bharti Divas, Janjati Gaurav Divas, guys. Project Cheetah was officially launched at which national park? And on this national park, UPSC has already asked a PYQ. So solve that PYQ. Gajanan, you are very good, yeah. I always knew. So Project Cheetah officially launched at Ranthambore, Kuno, Bandhavgarh or Gir National Park, guys. And now your work will not end here. You have to research on all these options. Research on Ranthambore, research on Kuno, Bandhavgarh, oh my god, Gir National Park. And Kuno, solve the UPSC PYQ on Kuno. Translocation of lion was supposed to happen from Gir to Kuno. On that, UPSC has asked a PYQ, but that translocation of lions did not happen. Why translocation of lions did not happen? Because when you people were growing up, translocation of lions, there was a celebrity in our times. His name was Amitabh Bachchan. You may not have heard about him. So he used to do ads on, Bachchan spelling is wrong, ads on Gujarat tourism. So there, आओ कभी हमारे गुजरात में, that means come to Gujarat. Gujarat is known for their Gir lions, guys. If they translocate Gir lions to Kuno National Park, one aspect of their tourism is gone. So it's also political in nature why the translocation did not happen. At that time, these lions, they were dying in Gujarat, Gir, of a particular virus which was known as canine distemper virus. At that time, you people were not born. It happened in 2010 or something, canine distemper virus in our time. So, but that translocation did not happen. If all animals or lions would have died because of this virus, politics was the reason why the translocation actually did not happen. So sad. So again, hope, did you people have you heard about this particular translocation of lion thing? Anybody? Harshini, Iltush, Annie, Jivayan, Rishi, Gajanan, and other people? Chippandays? Anu and others. So again, read about this translocation of lion thing, the political connotation, environmental connotation, why lions, even though they were dying in Gir forest because of canine distemper virus, why they were not translocated to Kuno National Park as was promised to Madhya Pradesh, even though same BJP government was there in Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat at that time, but that translocation did not happen. Sad, 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 sad. So, okay, go ahead. Gir National Park, Gujarat, really good. So read about all these options. Next article, page number 14, GS2. Jayasankar meets Rubio at Canada GS7 meeting. I have already like G7, G10, G20. So G20 UPSC has already asked a PYQ on G20 countries. Oh my God. So these countries, including G7 earlier in 1970s, initially it was G6, then it became G7, then it became G8 when Russia joined. When Russia annexed Crimea, Russia was thrown out of G8, it then again became G7. How will you remember the mnemonic of G7 countries? I have already told you this mnemonic almost 20, 70 or 60, 80 or I think 50, 60 million or billion times. The mnemonic is, as this madam is saying, that you have to drink juice because you have become tired after drinking water. Or this lady is saying GF juice. The mnemonic is juice GF. We have discussed this 70,000 times up until now, if I remember correctly. How many times? 70,000 times. Juice GF. G7 countries. This is Japan, US, Italy, Canada, England, Germany, and France. So remember this juice GF, guys. Mark Rubio. Today only I know. Oh my God, Jivayan. So drink juice with your GF. Oh my God. Cool. And remember all these G20 countries also. UPSC has already asked a PYQ on which of the following are G20 countries. Now it has become G21 because African Union has also been added to it. Wow, very good. Okay, let's focus. So what is happening here? There was another article. Let me show you only, uh, which we have done on G7. G7, G7, G7. I want to show you that. There, the Hindu was saying that we should not go to these G7. We are not part of G7, guys. Why we keep on going to things where we are not invited? We are invited, but we are not officially part of G7, right? So there was another editorial which we have done some time back. India must reassess the usefulness of attending G7 meetings. So we have gone there, and there also they are condemning Delhi attack and this and that. So what they will do? They will promote Delhi attack. So here again, you can read this from exam perspective. What is important? We have to remember G7 countries, they are mnemonic because UPSC has already asked PYQ on G20. That's why. So here Jayasankar sir is going because this is foreign ministers meeting, and Modi sir was busy in Bhutan at that time when Delhi attack was going on. And anyway, he cannot go to Canada right now. It's very far. It's winter now, and it's foreign ministers meeting. So again, talks are going on and everybody is very sad about Red Fort. Apart from being sad and doing Kari Ninda, we have to do something. As we have discussed, we have to make our government accountable. But again, you give them some cash transfer just before election, everybody will vote for you. Nobody is caring about accountability. Now, Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand, Jayasankar sir met. Anita Anand looks like an Indian, guys. And now this is your homework. Have a look at the picture of Anita Anand. These are all Indian example of Indian diaspora. We keep on talking about diaspora, GS2. You know how different diaspora gives us different kind of stability. So when we were talking about US diaspora, North American diaspora, we used to talk about political stability. How this US or North American diaspora gives us political stability because these are influential countries. They have a major say in world affairs. So our Indian diaspora ensures that it is not going to against India's policy. It is not too detrimental to India's policy. We have talked about how West Asian diaspora gives us economic stability because these diaspora in UAE, etc., they send us a lot of remittances, blah, blah, blah. So everyone is very, very sad about what is happening in India. But do remember, nobody is going to help us. We are our own strength and we have to take care of what has happened in Delhi. And only cutting India and criticism is not going to do. I'm very sad. Although I'm in Bhutan, I'm very sad. Saying these things will not do. Something has to be done. Targeting one religion will not do. You are in government, you have to ensure these things don't happen. Otherwise, leave the government, resign as it used to happen earlier. Nitish Kumar sir resigned when railway accident used to happen. Now nobody cares. So Netanyahu is also very sad and all these things are happening. Very nice. So let's focus on this question. Very good, Rishi. Mark Rubio. MCQ 10. Which of the following countries are members of G7? Canada, Japan, Russia, and Italy. Japanese, guys. Oh my god, my head. Uh, So, this is your homework. Think about this question. Admire it like you admire your girlfriend and boyfriend talks. Solve this question. And then MCQ 11. Under China plus one strategy, what happens? This we have discussed when we were talking about D. Subbarao sir's article. Wow. Very good. So again, MCQ 10 and 11. My best friends GY Rishi, Harshni, Iltush, Annie, all of you have given the answer. You people are so good. So 10 and 11, homework, like, share and subscribe, spread the word, guys. This is my Telegram channel. I will share this in the as repeated by 9:30 am, blah, 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 blah. I'm not very well. This fever is not stopping. This Delhi weather is not suiting me, guys. This Gurgaon weather. Last year I was in Arunachal. Many people, you may feel like, oh my god, Arunachal will be so cold. It's not cold. Arunachal is awesome. At that time I was in Arunachal, this particular point of time. Every year, I think day before that, I think I was in Mohali or I was in Hyderabad. Always I have been somewhere else, but this time I'm in Gurgaon and this weather is not good. I don't like this too cold weather. And again, any queries related to this success bundle and these individual courses, you can message me or WhatsApp me. You are your own competition, really good. If I'm adding anything to your knowledge base, donate. Thank you. Any queries? So please take care. Use Kashaya. Okay, I will search, Google search this Kashaya Jivayan. Hey, very good Anu. Anu is also a good girl. So again, guys, I will see you people. Tomorrow is not Sunday. No, tomorrow is Friday only. So I will see you people tomorrow, tomorrow at 8 a.m. Take care because there's air pollution issue. I can understand, Jivan. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jivan. Thank you, Gajanan. Thank you, Thank you, Harshini. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Tingatendra.